Welcome all of you in this tutorial of practical implementation of principal component analysis in Python. First of all, we see step-by-step explanation of PCA. First of all, we load all basic libraries and the sklearn library for importing our dataset. Here we use iris dataset. So let's import all the libraries. So now we are going to obtain our dataset. So this is the required dataset containing 4 variables: sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width. These are the 4 columns, that is nothing but 4 variables. Now we are going for obtaining the covariance matrix of our original dataset. The first step in the principal component analysis is obtaining the covariance matrix of our original dataset. So let's obtain the covariance matrix. This is the required command for obtaining the covariance matrix of our original dataset. So let's see how it looks like our covariance matrix. This is the covariance matrix obtained for iris data containing 4 variables. So this is diagonal elements consist of variance of the particular variable, and off diagonal elements is covariance between the two variables. Here we can see this is the variance of sepal length, this is the covariance between sepal length and sepal width, this is the covariance between sepal length and petal width. Like this, diagonal elements is variance of that particular variable, and off diagonal elements is covariance between that two variables. Now here after that, in the second step we go for eigen analysis of that covariance matrix. We obtain eigenvalues of that covariance matrix, and after that we obtain the eigenvector for particular eigenvalues. So eigenvector associated with larger eigenvalue indicates the direction in which data has most variation. The higher eigenvalue consists of large variation of the original dataset. Hence, using eigenvalues, we will know what eigenvector capture the most variability in our data. That is nothing but the higher eigenvalue consists of large variation of our original dataset. That's why we take the eigenvectors which are associated with larger eigenvalues. So let's obtain the eigenvalues and eigenvectors. These are the eigenvectors for the 4 eigenvalues obtained from this covariance matrix using this covariance matrix. So if you want to see the eigenvalues of our dataset, so you can see like this. Just copy it, paste it here. These are the 4 eigenvalues of our dataset. First is 4.22, second is 0.24, and these two are like this. After that, we are going to see. Here we have to see eigenvectors. These are the 4 eigenvectors for 4 eigenvalues. First eigenvector, second, third and fourth. Like this. Let's see the variation explained by the each eigenvalue. So we will take percentage of each eigenvalue covers in our dataset. So these are the required code for obtaining the variability explanation of each eigenvalue. So 92.4% variation of our original dataset is explained by first eigenvalue. After that, it is followed by second eigenvalue consists of 5.3% of variation of our original dataset. As you can clearly see, the first and second eigenvalue. The eigenvalue first consists of 92.5% of variation, and second eigenvalue consists of 5% of 3 variation of original dataset, and third and fourth does not cover much more variation of our dataset. So we only use first 2 eigenvalues, that is nothing but eigenvector associated with first 2 eigenvalues. So here in the next step we make a matrix of first 2 eigenvectors only. Array of here we can see this is the first eigenvector, this is the second eigenvector, this is the eigenvector associated with first eigenvalue consists of larger variation, this is the second eigenvector consists of second eigenvalue. So now we will perform matrix multiplication of this eigenvector and our original dataset. First of all, we make transpose of this eigenvector matrix, and in the second step we try to make a transpose of our original dataset, and after that we perform matrix multiplication of these both matrices. After we performing this matrix multiplication, we also again obtain the transpose of our result matrix. This is the required steps for obtaining our result matrix. first of all we make a transpose of our eigenvector matrix. After that we make a transpose of our original data set. We make matrix multiplication of this our eigenvector matrix transpose and original data set transpose, and after this matrix multiplication we got some result. We make a transpose of that result and we got our principal component like this. These are the two principal components, PC1 and PC2, consist of large number of large variation of our original data set. That's why we use these two variables, nothing but these two principal components, behalf of our original data set for further analysis. So let's visualize these principal components. These are the required code for obtaining the 3D visualization of our data set. For that we use matplotlib library, and again second library is mpl toolkit.mplot3d import axis3d. These are the required code for obtaining 3D visualization of our data. Now we see 3D visualization of our data. This is the 3D visualization or 3D graph of our data set. Consists of three classes. This is the Setosa, this is for Virginica, and this is for vesicular. These are the three classes, and this is our new data. That is nothing but principal components. We obtain this graph from using data obtained by principal component analysis. These are the required heuristic steps for obtaining the principal components by using eigen analysis. After that we are obtaining principal components by using sklearn library. For that we import our data set, that is nothing but iris data set, from sklearn library. Here we obtain the feature names, that is nothing but column name present in our data set. Our data set consists of 4 columns, that is nothing but 4 variables: sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and petal width. This is our required data. This is our data set, consists of 4 variables, and this is our target variable. Consists of 3 classes. First of all, Setosa, one is for vesicular and 2 is for Virginica. So like this we have to obtain this is our target variable. We have to just classify it by applying some machine algorithm. So for that we have to go for dimensionality reduction. So we import PCA using sklearn library. We here give argument n equals to 2, that is only 2 principal components, and try to fit our model on our iris data set. So this is the required code for obtaining the model on obtaining the principal component. So our code is executed here. Now we see our data set, that is nothing but principal component data set. These are the 2 principal components obtained by applying this command, that is nothing but applying this model. So these are the required 2 principal components after performing our principal component analysis by using sklearn library. So after that let's see the visualization of our data set, these 2 principal component in 2D dimension. This is the required code for obtaining the visualization of our principal components in 2 dimension. So let's see how it look like. This is the required graph for obtaining the visualization of our principal components in 2D dimension. These 3 color dots are nothing but 3 class of our target variable. This is Setosa, vesicular, and this is Virginica. So and this is our x-axis consists of our principal component 1 and y is consist of principal component 2. This is the visualization of our principal components. After that we go for 3D visualization of our principal components. This is the required code for obtaining the 3D visualization of our principal components. Let's see how it look like. This is the 3D visualization of our data set by after performing the principal component analysis by using sklearn library. So this is Setosa class, this is vesicular, this is Virginica. So these are the required steps of obtaining for principal component analysis, that is nothing but principal component, that is our new data set. So you can use principal component behalf of our original data set for any machine learning algorithm or any regression model. So you have to do this procedure for obtaining principal components. These are our principal components which we can use for any further analysis behalf of our original data. We have to use this data. So these are the required steps. First of all, we see heuristic steps, that is nothing but step by step explanation of our principal component analysis, and after that we apply principal component analysis by using library which is sklearn. So these are the required steps for obtaining principal component analysis. So if you want to revise it, then just you can pause video and see it again, how we calculate our principal components from our original dataset. So stay tuned. Thank you all of you. Subscribe our channel for more information of in the data science. So thank you all of you.